What's going on? Welcome back to Race Stop. Today I'm going to be taking my trash lower control arms from my NA Miata and extending these about 2 inches so we can get some camber on the car. Let's hop right into it and I'll show you how I'm going to do this. So first I'm going to start off by taking off the destroyed ball joints. We're going to use these as mock-up joints. I have new ones on the car that I can easily take off and put onto here, and then I do want to get some aftermarket bushings like energy suspension or something after we get this all situated and painted and such. So let me get this off real fast. First one taken apart, one bolt's inside the coilover cup and the one bolt outside there. We'll be keeping this like I said, but I'm gonna go ahead and extend it about 2 inches this way, and then I'm gonna plate the bottom as well and put a little plate on the top where it's needed, and then possibly weld in the nut that would hold this smaller guy in here, probably around here if it does end up that way. If not, I'll drill a hole and then figure out how I'm gonna do that as well. Alright, so first little piece of the angle iron here. I'm gonna go ahead and replicate the same exact piece, and then that way I can go ahead and throw both of these on like this. Alright, so I got my 4 angle iron plates cleaned up and cut. I'm gonna go ahead and start welding them on now. So now that I got the 2-inch plates on both sides and overlapping here, I went ahead and welded every seam that I possibly could, bridged this little gap here and in there, underneath as well. And now all I did was measure 2 inches from the center of this hole to make a new hole here. And then I have the ball joint that fits in here perfectly. It'll slide in and out as needed. So it seems the holes line up. I'm gonna go ahead and drill these out, and then we can figure out bracing for this. Both the arms to the same point now, and I'm just gonna go ahead and drill these holes. That way we can mount the ball joint up in there and finish the brace portion here, and then we can kind of shape these into a control arm looking shape instead of just some squares. Just finished drilling the holes and getting the ball joint back in here with the bolt, so everything fits up nice. Now I can kind of focus on getting this middle point mounted. I may put a plate in here and bend it to go flush with this, and then bend it back up so it looks like a nice little dip, just kind of like how this is here. Might somewhat try to image that if I can, or I'll just go flat like this and I might call it there, but we'll see what I do. With the power of my vise, I was able to turn just 2 little pieces of sheet metal into this perfect little dip here. I'm gonna go ahead and tighten this bolt and it'll sink it in perfectly, and then I can hammer down the sides to make it exact, and then we can weld along there. Then this will be secured for the back of the ball joint, and we can probably clean the rest of this stuff up and paint it. Got that plate welded in there for the back of the ball joint, and we're on the paint stage now. Both of them are just currently drying. Got the edges all rounded off, and now it's safe to say that we have some complete 2-inch extended Miata control arms. And put my sticker on there. Hopefully that holds up pretty well. So with the 2-inch extension, you also need some extended tie rods. These are S13 tie rod ends, and they fit on the Miata inner tie rod perfectly, so you can use these to correct your alignment. So those 2 things are mainly all you need to get some camber and at least a little bit of angle but I'm gonna go ahead and end the video here. I'm gonna make another video installing this onto the car, as well as many other things that I need to get done. So stay tuned for that, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.